The Carolina forest wildfire in Horry County is still at 30% contained this morning. Firefighters working since Saturday as it's grown to more than 2,000 acres. Coming up, a first responder shares their strategies to put out the blaze.
Outrage in Carolina forest. Parents are voicing their opinion on the district's decision to keep schools open as the wildfire rages nearby. Coming up, hear their concerns.
And a shocking revelation in a 20-year-old murder of a Lake City woman has come to light. Coming up, what the defendant said during a bond hearing.
Working for you. This is Good Morning Carolinas on ABC 15.
5 o'clock, a big heads up as you head out the door. This is what Highway 501 is looking like this morning. This was taken just a couple of hours ago on my drive to the station. Some areas more visible than others, but it is very tough to see through all the smoke out there.
Yeah, you can see that driver has their hazards on as they are driving. This is exactly what it looked like yesterday as well. Sending it over to meteorologist Cindy Madison, who has an update on that visibility for us.
It is still going to be that blanket of temperatures, again, just like yesterday, are very, very cold. That hot air is not rising. We're seeing that Conway and Johnsonville are at 32, freezing. Myrtle Beach a little warmer. We're seeing around 40 degrees in North Myrtle Beach, 32 still in Girard, 30 in Bennettsville and Laurinburg. Now, as we look at visibility, it's not showing up on our map here, but it is very thick smoke in that Carolina forest, Myrtle Beach area. Lots of sunshine, though, going to start early on, then cloud cover takes over pretty quickly in the mid-30s and mid-40s, then low to mid-50s by the time we hit 9 a.m. We're continuing to warm up more through the afternoon.
And as we just mentioned, visibility remains low this morning. As we can see here in this video, this is near the Avalon neighborhood of Carolina Forest. The smoke thick through the area. You can see only a few feet ahead.
Another video on Silvercrest Drive. You can see the road is barely visible. You can just make out a house in the background here.
As firefighters continue their fight against the wildfire, the visibility on roads could continue to be dangerously low. As seen here, take extra caution while driving through the lingering smoke. And that smoke is coming from the Carolina Forest wildfire. Of course, it remains the only active wildfire burning in the state right now.
It's burned more than 2,000 acres in the Carolina Forest area. ABC 15's Amanda Kinseth is in the Walker's Woods neighborhood where the fire first broke out. Amanda, what questions remain this morning?
Well, the questions still remain. I mean, for one, how long is this wildfire going to burn? Obviously, the crews have been on it 24 hours a day, working nonstop. But you can still see the smoke. Now, people are back in their homes after the evacuations, but it's going on 3 days now of the wildfires. So, you know, it started in the Carolina Forest area, and as of right now, the South Carolina Forestry Commission tells us, as you mentioned earlier, it's about 30% contained. They say that water drop aircraft are a huge help to fight the front end of the fire, but one strategy in particular may be used to help stop the spread.
Even when let's say we contain the fire won't be out. Not sure right now whether they're going to burn this fire out, and I'll explain what that means to you in a second, or if they're just going to let it. It depends on how far away the line is from where the fire is currently burning. Typically what they'll do is once they get a line around the fire, they'll burn out the unburned area, right, to meet with the fire that's already burning so that the fuel will be gone. Without fuel, you don't have fire.
Taking away the fuel is the most important part of the process, and that being materials like vegetation and sticks that catch fire easily. We actually yesterday were able to see some of those clearing places that they have been, and that's to separate the wildfire from the homes so that in between, you know, it's a safer area. But again, the good thing is there haven't been injuries, and, you know, everybody is back in their homes. The bad thing is, you know, it's still hard on the lungs. And I will say, Highway 501 was like a whiteout in some places this morning, so very intense. If you don't have to drive anywhere, I would just stay home.
Amanda, thank you. An international drive is closed indefinitely as crews continue to battle the fire.
Now, Horry County schools have not announced any closures for today, but officials say they are monitoring conditions. Visibility is dangerously low this morning, similar to yesterday, with drivers unable to see stoplights until you're just a few feet away. Parents have told us that the decision to keep schools open put their children at unnecessary risk.
I thought it was completely absurd that we had to drive through the smoke, the smell that is in the homes, the schools, and put everyone in danger after the first responders told us to stay off the roads.
Parents with concerns about air quality are encouraged to contact their schools for guidance.
A firefighter who's been on the front line battling the Carolina forest wildfire is sharing his experience with us. It takes a lot of firefighters to tackle a fire this large, and Horry County Fire Rescue isn't doing it alone. Over 30 agencies from across the Carolinas have been fighting the wildfire since it started on Saturday. Captain Isaiah Cooper is with the House Springs Fire Department in Florence County. He says when he got to the scene Saturday night, the scope of the fire took him by surprise, saying he's never experienced anything like it.
They deployed us out to the actual affected areas is whenever we really realized this was going to be a all hands working type of thing.
Cooper says their jobs wouldn't have been possible without the community keeping them fed and hydrated, and he's amazed by the overwhelming love and support he's felt from the people of Carolina Forest. If you want to donate, first responders are requesting eye drops due to all the smoke. Those can be dropped off at the Carolina Forest Community Church. And a doorbell camera captured the moments flames were erupting near the front yard of a Carolina Forest home. The footage is from around 4:30 a.m. on Sunday. Multiple fire trucks and emergency personnel can be seen driving through the neighborhood. The homeowner says their home was left unscathed but full of smoke.
More than 220 acres have burned and 15 structures have been damaged from fires in Robeson County over the weekend.
Most of those structures burned have been outdoor buildings and sheds. There was a 90-acre fire that occurred and is still ongoing in the woods of Pine Long Road in Lumberton. The North Carolina Forestry Commission is assisting the Robeson County containment efforts. The Robeson County Fire Marshal says there is one fire that hasn't been fully contained but is headed towards a swamp.
Everything we have in the county is contained except for that one, but he said no structures is in danger and it'll burn out in the swamp.
Fire personnel report no homes have been destroyed due to fires in Robeson County at this time.